All right, so a lot of investors have told me to do this topic for quite a while. I've just been really shying away from it, but this time I feel like, okay, all right, let me do it. So NTDA represents New Town Development Authority. New Town Development Authority. They are one of the ministries of Lagos State government, and they are not new. NTDA was in charge of Lekki Phase 1, and Lekki Phase 1 is in the 90s. So they are not a new ministry. They have always been there. So they are the one in charge of all government schemes, all government and private schemes in Lagos. NTDA are in charge. So they are in charge of Lekki Phase 1, Lekki Phase 2, they are in charge of Abijo GRA, they are in charge of Ogudu scheme, they are in charge of which scheme again. A lot of the scheme. Indera scheme, Aitoro scheme, Ikorodu scheme, and so on and so forth like that. So there's also a Lagos New Town scheme. It's still in the NTDA. So NTDA also are like starting a new scheme in Epe, and when the publication came up last year, a lot of bloggers, YouTubers, realtors, agents did a lot of video, blah blah blah. So now, me too, I will be doing my own, basically. So the reason why I delayed it a bit was I was expecting them to come up with an update this year, but we are in August so far, and they have not come. September so far, they have not come up with any updates. So okay, let's do a video for investors to know what is really happening. All right. So around 2020, 2019, 2021, a lot of real estate companies, a lot of agents started selling Epe. I sold Epe too. I bought Epe too. All right. So, and the famous title then was Freehold CFO in View, Freehold CFO in View. Fortunately, 2022, 2023, I did around 15 videos talking about Freehold. And I think I'll be adding some link to those videos on this video. So I'll share a link to the Freehold video I did. I'll share a link to CFO in View video I did. I'll share a link to the video I made about how to manage your risk if you are buying land in Epe. So around 2022, 2023, I made sure repeatedly I was talking about how high risk, high yield Epe was constantly. And for a lot of my investors that I even bought, I mandated a lot of them to diversify. Mandated. So a lot of them, I refused for a lot of them to buy too much in one place. And at the same time, I made sure a lot of them, after buying Epe, they bought land in other places that have very good title. Because I knew 100% how risky it is. So now, what is the current status quo of Epe? So like I mentioned earlier, when Epe was selling, the title was usually Freehold CFO in View, Freehold CFO in View, blah blah blah. And now there's no CFO in view again in Epe, and there's no Freehold again in Epe. A new publication by the Lagos State government last year was that now for Epe, for allocations in Epe and then for CFO in Epe, NTDA will be in charge. Before, if you want to do CFO in Epe, you just go to Land Bureau and apply, depending on the status of the land. If it's agric, you do regularization. If it's not agric, you go straight and do CFO. But now, you are not going to be going to Land Bureau again. For allocations and CFO in Epe, the body that is going to be in charge of it now is the New Town Development Authority, NTDA. So the NTDA will be in charge of allocating different part of Epe, and also will be in charge of accepting applications for CFO and issuing the right title for each people that apply. Now, there are implications to this, because previously Epe land was sold 1 million naira per plot, or even 800k per plot. At the peak, it was like 2 million, 2.5 million naira per plot. And then what we are telling a lot of investors is that, oh, if you want to do the CFO, maybe between 2 million naira to 2.5 million naira per plot, you do the CFO. Or at worst, you spend 6 million naira to do the CFO for regularization zone. So now there is no agric zone in Epe again. No agric, no forestry, no residential, everything cancel. So this nothing like agric land or forestry land or residential again. No. So the only thing that we have now. So the only thing that we have now is NTDA scheme. So they're giving it a name, but they're still doing their whatever. So whatever name they eventually agree to. So agric, forestry, residential, everything all together, NTDA scheme. That's just it. So you want allocation, you want CFO for whatever zone it is, either it's agric or it's forestry, residential, everything you go to NTDA. Basically, that's the new reality right now. Now, since last year, that the government have also made these announcements about the Epe land status. NTDA have mentioned some communities, Ketu-Epe, from Temu down to Ketu-Epe, down to Itoikin anyway, covering Omu also, Lagos side of Omu. That will be the first phase of the Epe scheme. And till now, they have not really come out with an actual layout of how that scheme is going to look like. And that layout is very, very important, because without that layout, NTDA cannot start to do allocation. And without them starting to do allocation, they cannot accept application for CFO. So what this now means is that pending when the NTDA layout for the Epe scheme will be out, Epe scheme, no CFO. They have also informed the Surveyor General Office, no registered survey, and no title registration. So no CFO application can be done in Epe for now. No registered survey can be done in Epe for now. And the reason why they're not issuing registered survey is because the NTDA and the Surveyor General Office for Lagos want to have a single layout that they are working together with, so that you are not going to go and do registered survey and the Surveyor General Office will tell you that the land is free, but when you get to NTDA tell you that no, this land is a scheme. So they want to amortize both the record of NTDA and the Lagos Surveyor General Office pertaining Epe, only Epe. So that's why for now they are not doing registered survey for Epe for now. Not okay, don't let me say Epe generally, let me say from Temu down to Itoikin. Around the main town of Epe, there are still like the Odumola, Itamarun, Forobi axis, Oduegiri. Yeah. So all those places that are built up, they are not really disturbing those ones. So it's also affecting no register survey. Then title registration, for now, you can't do any, you can't go beyond. If you have, maybe you have bought a land before in Epe, you have done register survey or even done the land information, you can't go beyond that stage right now until NTDA finish this their Epe layout scheme that they are doing. Now, my fear really is that this is how it's going to affect you investors. I'm an investor too, because I have land in Epe. I bought land in almost like 3 places in Ketu-Epe. I have like 2 in Igbonla. I have like 2 in Ilara. I have like 1 in Oduegiri. I have another one around Araga. I just scatter it like that, sha. Because I'm not even surprised with all this nonsense they are doing. So, and fortunately for me also, I bought in the Ogun State side of Epe too, just to patch up my risk, which is very, very important. So now, the first way that you are affected as an investor is that, number one, you can't do title registration right now. So you cannot do CFO on your land right now. First way. Now, second way is that whatever estimate that you had before about what is going to cost to get CFO in Epe, it has changed. That estimate has changed. Because at any point when NTDA open their scheme and say that okay, yeah, everybody come for allocations and CFO, the rate will be far different from whatever that was given to you 3 years ago or 2 years ago when you were buying that lot for 2 million or for 800,000 for 900,000. And that's why I was warning a lot of people then, don't go and buy 20 plots, don't go and buy 10 plots, don't go and buy 16 plots, don't go and buy 6 plots. Because now NTDA, I'm just assuming, I'm not saying it's correct though. NTDA can tell everybody that for allocation and CFO, come and pay 6 million. Now imagine you have bought 10 plots, that's 60 million, and you bought the 10 plots 900,000, all inclusive 1.9 million. You bought everything 19 million. Now you now pay 60 million for CFO and allocation, and you have to pay it because you don't pay, you don't have title. So that's why I was that part of the warning I was giving as at 2022 that this place is I just have something there, but don't go and do too much, you know. So that's the first way it's going to affect you. The estimate for CFO now have changed in Epe. Now, secondly, the real estate developers are also going to shop. Yeah, they're also going to shop from this drama. So which means that if NTDA is charging 6 million, the companies are going to charge you 8 million, and you can't apply for the CFO yourself. That's another downside. That don't worry now, I'm gonna do my this. You can't do it because for NTDA scheme, they are going to divide their layout. This is their layout. They are going to divide it in hectares. 1 hectare is 15 plots. Do you bought 1 hectare? So if in their layout is 10 hectares that is there, all the people that they allocate that 10 hectares together have to come together to get the CFO. NTDA will not do allocation for 5 or 2 in that hectare. No, they will tell all of them to come together and come and pay for that allocation and CFO. So which means that your 2 plots, your 3 plots, you two have to come together with other people in the estate. The estate, if it's not up to 10 hectares, they also have to come together with other people for able to gather their money and go and pay NTDA. So in a nutshell, you are the mercy of the developers. It's whatever they charge you, you are going to pay. Highest you can do is negotiate. You cannot do agidi. And if you like do agidi, it's fine. Your land will be there. Or they will even relocate you and say that we are paid for the CFO, you did not pay us, so we have to take you somewhere else. So that's another thing. You cannot do the CFO yourself, except if you have up to 10 hectares in Epe that you bought yourself, fine. You can go and do your CFO with NTDA. But if you just 1 plot, 2 plots, 3 plots, 1 acre that you buy, you still have to do that CFO together with other people. Because the NTDA layout is in hectares, not plots. And they will allocate based on that hectares. So that's another way you are affected as an investor. Now, the Real Estate Developer Association of Nigeria, REDAN, have kind of be giving us memo that okay, we are in talks with NTDA, we are in talk with Lagos State government, we are finding a resolution on how this is not going to affect investors, because around 90% of this land, this NTDA Epe layout Epe scheme, were sold by real estate developers, and almost all these real estate developers, they are in a association they are in the REDAN association, so they don't want to start applying with NTDA individually. They want to apply with NTDA as a body, as a REDAN body. That this my boy has 5 acres, this one has 20 acres, this one has 10 acres, this one has 50 acres. How can you do it? That's all our land. You give us the CFO and give us sheep. So REDAN are already doing that. So, and that's the update so far. For you that have plots or 2 plots, 3 plots, 4 plots, the only thing that you can do right now is to wait. Nothing else. Because you cannot register your title. You cannot start CFO. If you have not even gotten registered survey before, you cannot even get the registered survey. And if you have gotten registered survey before and you have done land information, you cannot pass that stage until they come up with these layouts for this their scheme. That's when we know the way we are going. And when they come out with this layout, they're going to announce whatever they're going to be charging for allocation and CFO. All right, so I hope I've been able to do justice to this. Like I said, we are all in this together. It means to have land here, so we are all shopping the basketballs together anyway. So, but we'll be fine anyway. Me, I'm positive. And why I'm positive is because for my land that I bought in Epe, those ones I bought for 2 million or 1.5 million, this is going to boost my appreciation. Why? if NTDA is charging 8 million naira or 6 million naira per plot, and everybody start to pay for the CFO or for whatever, my land at 2 million or 2.5 million naira is no longer 2.5 million. Automatically that become 12 million or 10 million, because that's what you have to pay to NTDA. So which means that within the next 2 years, you are not going to see any land in Lagos side of Epe that will be less than 15 million. It's impossible. Either that land has title or not, because the people that do not have title will tell you that pay me, if the one that have title is 18 million, they will tell you that pay me 15 million so that I will remove 10 million or 8 million to pay the relative company that is disturbing my life, and then I will make 7 million profits and then give you the title. C'est fini. So I'm still being positive about it. You know, I cannot keep myself. So there will still be a lot of opportunities there in the market from whatever the NTDA scheme or their layout or their allocation, or whatever. The people are still going to make money. Me, I'll look at the opportunity to make money there, and I will also to make my money too. So because I positioned early there, and definitely this risk will also mean that some investors will lose some of their land. Lose in what sense? If you have bought 6 plots, like I mentioned before, you spent 19 million to buy the 6 plots. Now NTDA are telling you to pay 60 million. And you cannot pay 60 million, you can only pay maybe 30 million. That means you will reduce to 3 plots now and let go of 3 plots. If you bought 3 plots before and they are telling you to pay 20 million and it's only 8 million or 9 million you can pay, you leave the 2 plots and collect your 1 plot and collect your title on it. So people will have to let go of some excess plot that they bought so that they can focus on the one that they can afford to pay the allocation and CFO on. As simple as that, basically. So if you have questions about this, like I said, I'm going to attach a number of links to the previous videos I've done about Epe, how to manage your risk on free road, what is CFO in view, high yield, high risk, is it safe, is it blah blah. I'll be going to attach all the link so that you see that I've envisioned and predicted this as far back as 3-4 years ago, and for a lot of people that heed my warning, you are here. So this is the new reality about the Epe NTDA. If you have comments, yeah, it's fine, drop your comments, and I'll attend to it, the one I can attend to. If your comment is combative and you are fighting me, I will say okay, I will not worry, I will not argue, I will not say anything. If you insult me, I will not say anything, I will say okay too. But if you ask question, like you inquire, I will attend to you and answer too. That's how it is. All right, so that's this is what is happening about the Epe NTDA, and if there's an update about it this year or next year, we're also going to give you an update about that too. All right, so you can also reach out to me on WhatsApp if you have other questions. And for now, if you're an investor and you don't have 10 million, don't even bother buying any plot in Epe. So they show you one land. It's 3 million. Is it Lagos side? Yes, it's Lagos side. Don't bother. Do you have 10 million? No. But if you have 10 million, you can buy at 3 million. At least you know that when NTDA started their wahala, you pay that 7 million and you collect your CFO. So that's it. All right. So I see many property on the planet. Your property advisor, property consultant, Rabbi Mustafa. Thanks for watching our videos and see you next time.